All right, YouTube family, corrections family, take a little ride with me today. We're going to try to keep this one short, but as I promised you yesterday, we're going to get into a little bit of interpersonal relationships, especially when you're brand new on the job, first day, first week, first month, whatever it may be. What you got to understand about corrections, and you're going to figure out real quick, regardless of what type of work or what type of environment you were in previous to this, unless it was probably a law enforcement environment, which in my feeling, even corrections is heads and tails above basically county sheriff, city cops, anything like that. Because in an environment, in a prison, you're a CO, you get hired in, you're going to hear things from day one on that you've never heard or seen in your life. And a lot of that will come from staff, not just the inmate population. When you start working with somebody, you got to realize, let's say you get a 90-day assignment. A lot of prisons work off a 90-day assignment, then rotates every 90 days, or they might leave you there for 5 or 10 years, depending on who you are and if the person does harass or's got something against you, or is your homie and is doing you a favor and putting you where you want to. A lot of people's bits are different. That's including staff. You know, a lot of inmates say, oh, my bit was different. I had to do hard time at a max. A lot of staff's bits are a little bit different, regardless of what institution they're at. But anyway, let's get back to interpersonal relationships. You're going to spend more time with your corrections family than you are your regular family. You figure you got to work 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7, whatever it may be. That's basically 8 hours on site. And typically you're around somebody. A lot of times as a CO through the 90s and into the 2000s, a lot of times you're by yourself. I worked many housing units, many 90s by myself with 100 plus inmates. Not the easiest thing to do, maybe a little bit cuckoo of where I am today. And again, that's other things that we'll talk about in the future programming for the channel. But you're going to hear things and see things right out the gate that's going to break down that normal barrier for you. And what I mean is, let's say you're working at Walmart, McDonald's, a factory, anywhere. There's a barrier there. There's a wall. There's a line that you typically don't cross during conversations. Now, your corrections family might not cross that line initially, but you're going to be privy to a conversation where the inmate's on the phone, inmate's sitting there playing cards, talking to his boys about old girl or whatever it may be. You're going to hear that. You hear that over. You see things over and over and over and over. And it breaks down that wall and that barrier naturally. I mean, you're not going to go to your shift commander and say, inmate B78472, whoever the hell that is, pulled that out my butt. But you're not going to go to your lieutenant or your sergeant or your shift commander and say, hey, this particular inmate Smith, is saying things that make me uncomfortable. That shift commander is going to laugh their ass off at you and say, hey, get back on your assignment and deal with it. It's different in corrections. Yeah, a lot of things might have changed in corrections, especially in Illinois with the leadership that we have in the governor's office, and I won't get into all that. But you're going to hear things. You're going to be around staff. The conversation starts heading in one direction. Again, you're going to spend more time with your corrections family than you are your regular family. And it's quality time, unfortunately. You might be working at cell house together. You got to do things together. You got to be a team. You got to get each other's back. That creates a different kind of internal feeling amongst yourselves. You got to realize, and I talked about this yesterday, inmates can be, not all of them, but they can be master manipulators. You got to figure your first week, first month, first year on the job, you get matched up with a CO been there 6-7 years, they probably have become a master manipulator. They're in the position where they've been manipulated by the inmates, hustled by the inmates. They've seen a lot of different tricks. Now, they ain't seen everything, because I promise you, my 25 plus years, there was still shit I was seeing at the end of my career that I was like, oh man, I've never seen that before. I've been here a long damn time. Basically, if you have a husband, you have a wife, whatever it may be, your sexual preference, I don't give a rat's arse about that. That's your business. I'm cool with it. You do what you got to do. If you value that family and that person in your life, make sure you are mindful. Again, we're getting back to this mindfulness, and we're getting back to this awareness of what type of conversations you're having with other staff members, in what direction that could lead. You need to cut it off at the pass early. Corrections and divorce rates and suicide rates are some of the highest among any job career in the United States. Look it up. I promise you that. When I retired, I know our suicide rates were the highest among any career, including law enforcement. Anything you want to name, corrections was the highest. That's kind of why I was going around speaking and pouring my heart out and being transparent. I don't like to see people to get to that low point in their life. I've been there, and it sucks ass. That's why me being transparent, opening up about things, that can show other people, hey man, you're not alone, and somebody's there for you to pick you up. Okay, but back to this internal awareness, that internal gene that's saying that, oh man, I really like this girl. This girl's something else. Man, she's a lot different than my wife. She gets me. She understands me. Well, yeah, she gets you. She understands you. Y'all in the same position, working the same job, spending a shit more time together than you and your wife are. Or husband, whatever it may be. And yeah, excuse me for slowing down here. There's a bunch of deer in front of me. And I wish I could switch this camera around, but I can't without messing it up. And they're just standing in the middle of the road, little whitetails shaking at me. Absolutely beautiful. Hello, guys. Let me get around you there. All right, back into the woods, okay? But be wary of that. Be mindful, especially when it starts matriculating, I can't say that word too well, to a point you know it's going to cross the line outside of work. You're going to start texting. You're going to add each other on your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Snapchat. You're going to start texting each other and doing things on your day off. Hey, man, I'll be here. You going to be there? That's how it all starts out. It all starts out, oh, man, hey, it's all good. It's all fun. I promise you. I've been on both ends of that spectrum, man. Been on both ends of that. I've been a manipulator and I've been manipulated. Got to be mindful. Got to be aware. Open up to your spouse when you get home. Open up. Tell them what you're going through, what you're feeling. And hopefully they understand and validate the feelings that you're having. But don't close off when you get home. You got to open up and keep that line of communication home and be aware of what is going on with your coworkers. You know, like I said yesterday, I went through 2 divorces in 25 plus years. Right now I'm on my 3rd marriage. And again, I don't point the finger at my ex-wives. Pardon me, I was slipping on the side of the road there on the ice. I don't blame it on my ex-wives. I point that accusatory finger at myself until I changed and realized I was the problem. Nothing was going to change. I was coming home. I remember my last ex-wife, hey, don't talk to me like you're inmates. I'm not your damn inmate. Even some of my kids saying that to me. And we'll get into that down the road too. Got to be mindful and aware. But if you value your marriage, whether you're a man, woman, watch it, man. Because again, you're going to spend more time with these people on the job than you are your regular family. All right? So I wish you all luck, especially all coming out of Springfield, coming out of the academy. I hope some of you guys get to watch this. My family, Jay, good luck, my brother. I'm with you. Anytime you got any questions, feel free to call, feel free to ask. With you every step of the way. So good luck. Y'all be safe out there. Take care of each other. And one more thing I wanted to talk about before I get off here, so I don't have to make a whole nother separate video. Especially when you're first starting out, don't get pulled off your square. A lot of y'all say, well, what, Chico, what does that mean? Don't get pulled off your square. Inmate's driving on you. He's going to try to find that button to push that gets you to snap. Or even a staff member driving on you, trying to get to that little button, find where your breaking point is. As soon as you react and lose your shit, come off your square, you've lost all power. They've won. You've given them your power. You've lost all control of conscious thought. Now it's on a subconscious level. Something has been triggered inside of you. I'm not a psychologist, psychotherapist, can't get into all that. But if you become aware before, hey man, this emotion's getting up inside of me, I'm aware of it, I know what's going on. Okay, let's relax a little bit. Go through a little deep breathing. I went over the box breathing with you. Deep breath, hold it for 4, let it out for 4, pause for 4. There's another video on that. Don't get pulled off your square. Don't give up your power, no matter who you're talking to. All right? All right, hope you all have a good day. Chico out.